Good day for everybody. I'm glad to welcome all of you here in the Atlantic Council. There are about 400 ways to prove fundamental Pythagorean theorem in mathematics. 400 ways to prove the obvious. Sometimes it seems to me that during this war year, we have provided not less explanation as to why Ukraine should get all the assistance it needs, why it requires reliable security guarantees and the clear and understood prospect of the joining NATO. In other words, throughout this year, we too had to prove the obvious over and over again. But the truth is simple. The Russian dictator's desire to restore the empires is an existential threat to the Ukrainian state and nation. But it also poses a spectrum of the threats from the military to environmental to the Western civilization and humanity as well. Therefore, Ukraine must win. It must integrate into Euro-Atlantic community. It must get reliable security guarantees for the transitional period. Not losing, it's not an option for us. Simply restoring the status quo, it's not the option. Any uncertainty about outcome of this war and the ability in NATO's response to our inspiration will be equal to Russia's victory. It will reinforce the Kremlin's narratives of Russia fighting against alliance expansion in Ukraine and winning. However, we cannot be by war and sanctions. Russia will increasingly depend on China. Thus, by detaining Ukraine, the West itself will hand all the strategic advantages to Russia and geographical advantages to China in Europe. The Ukrainian people have proven they will not give up their rights to state free. They have paid with their blood, sweat and tears for their place in the ranks of the world democratic community. To deny them now is not only deprive Ukraine of hope. To deny them now is to betray everything Ukraine has paid for the tens of thousands of lives and destructions unseen in Europe since World War II. It will be a defeat for democratic community, far greater than Afghanistan. It will be a triumph for dictatorship. This must be prevented. Not only for the sake of Ukraine, but for the sake of all democracies on the planet. Words about Russia having no veto power in the alliance must finally be supported by actions. The 15-year shadow ban of Ukraine must come to an end. Otherwise, Putin will get a huge bonus for his next presidential term, which is next year. They have the elections. The fame of the Lance brothers and the West victor. It will obviously strengthen support for his regime. What will increase the illusion of the legitimacy for the invasion among the Russian public, but also among the global South countries. For, as we know, elections will be inevitably be forged in the occupied territories. Therefore, preemptive actions is needed. We must connect the dots once and for all. No arguments against Ukraine's NATO membership go beyond assumptions and fears. Throughout this war year, Ukraine has repeatedly been providing that the Russian threats are more a bluff than menace. The current wave of the alliance expansion has also proven this. Ultimately, it was the uncertainty in the Budapest and hesitancy in Bucharest that made the attack on Ukraine possible. Uncertainty and essentially are precisely the gray zone that Russia has the advantages. And we are good to deprive it of these advantages. The state of war cannot be an obstacle to inviting Ukraine into alliance. Because in that case, Russia will do everything to indefinitely prolong this state. Are our allies and partners prepared to support Ukraine fighting for independence in the future? Do we have enough resources to provide such support? I'm afraid these are rhetorical questions. Therefore, with solutions is evident. The prospect of the membership when circumstances allow, along with the reliable security guarantees for the transitional period. They will be not replace Ukraine's participation in the alliance, but we will be provide sufficient opportunity for defense until the possibility of actual NATO membership arises. The International Working Group, under Fogh Rasmussen and I co-chair, has developed and presented our view of the guarantees in the Kyiv Security Compact documents. These documents has great potential for modifications to maintain a balance of the interest between Ukraine and the guarantor states for our common good. We must win together, and together we must lay the base for reliable and secure peace in the future. This is not the theorem, this is axiom, and as such, it requires not proof. Thank you very much for your attention. Our position, the position of the presidency, the position of the team, it's absolutely same that the positions of the all Ukrainians, and the position is following. We expect that Ukraine will be invited to NATO with open data, but with concrete signal, and I agree with others that we need, and everybody in the world need to receive strong signal. The way to membership of Ukraine in NATO, nobody can change. It's decided and it's happened. And of course, in this way, we want to receive, and our expectation to receive the concrete security guarantees. We are a lot of times talk about it. I mentioned in my speech about the Kyiv Security Compact. We can, on the base of these documents, continue to work with the partners. This is two most important expectations of Ukraine, Ukrainians, President of Ukraine, and all our team. We are sure about our victory, but of course it depends of how in time we will receive everything which we need. We need very important things. We need strong character of our people, of our heroes. They are very motivated. And we received enough people to be successful in the battlefield. And you can know that we have some success, and I hope we will see it more in the nearest future. And of course, all this issue and all this kind of the weapons which mentioned Anders, it's of course very important. I just can add it, we still have one options which still not open for us. It's long-range missiles. But I hope and believe that it's a question of the very, very near future. All in other, you know that this opportunity, it's open, and we now closely working with the partners about the time. And for our jets, and before it about tanks. But the question is time. You know, every day it costs Ukraine the lives of our hero, the lives of our civilians. You know that the Russian not stop this terroristic attack to our city. I'd like just to say, just in the day then the delegation of the African countries was here, and they definitely know that next day they go to the St. Petersburg, and they know exactly that they in Kiev. They sent the 12 ballistic rockets to the Kiev. Thanks God, and thanks our heroes, and thanks to United States for Patriot, we destroy all of them. We very respect the opinion of our partners, but we also believe that Ukraine has already passed all exams and passing them every day in battlefield. I mean exams to be a real member of the NATO. And I can say very openly that now the level of the professionalism, the level of our soldier, we showed for all the world. I think I will be very surprised that still existing somebody in the planet who not be sure that Ukrainian army, Ukrainian people, one of the most strongest in the world, it's necessary to do. It's necessary not give any more chance in the world to afraid any dictators, to afraid any countries who is breaking international law, who is not respect independence, who is not respect freedom, who is not respect territorial integrity and sovereignty of any countries. It's great historical chances. We, Ukrainians, back the faith that it's possible in our world. Be free, be independent, be strong, and be secure. We are very appreciated and always not tired to repeat the words of thanks personally President Biden, his administration, both parties, Congress, and Americans. It's mean that for us very important that we in the everyday's dialogue. And now we continue consultation of the wordings of these guarantees. I can say that administration absolutely understand our positions, our idea, and I didn't listen any refused or any not agreements that Ukraine needs to have concrete security guarantees. Yes, we discussed wordings. Yes, we have bad experience and we remember Budapest. And of course, we have today war in our land. But I think we found the solutions. I hope in this. I very appreciate that we have very friends, very partners, conversation with our alliance, and first of all with United States. This job, it's continue. It's not easy, honestly, but I hope that this consultation will be continue all these days which we have before Vilnius. I optimist by my life. I do all my best from myself. I know the all best doing from the our team, and I hope we found the forms which give to Ukraine concrete and very serious working, what is important, working security guarantees. Yes, absolutely. I'm absolutely can confirm this this phrase, this principle. I think vice versa. The membership of the NATO, and just we are talking about invitation, will be work as a help and supporting elements of the more sooner victory of Ukraine. I'm sure about it. We need it so much as soon as possible. We're waiting for decisions, and my attitude that we are very near of these decisions, and I hope that it happens very soon. And I can say that as soon as possible it's happened, it gives to us possibility, first of all, to survive lives of our people. We are very open for our goals, and we said that our victory is to back all our territory of the international recognized border. And we're very clear of this. And of course, Donbass, it's Ukraine, and Crimea, it's Ukraine. I can say that if the questions about the position of our partners, I know that the partners very respect these our positions, and me personally never listened that somebody just tried to talk with us about any compromise of this. And I can say that, for example, today I have the meetings with the G7 ambassadors here in Kiev, and we discussed the Ukrainian peaceful plan. And what is important, and our position is very clear and very principled, that we are ready to listen and to talk and to take some idea with all countries in the world who respect our territorial integrity, our sovereignty, our independence. It's my answer.